A culture of learning has many benefits, but it also comes with its challenges. And here to talk a little bit more about that is Tony Bingham. He is the CEO of ATD. So what are the benefits and what are the challenges?
Well, the one thing that high-performing organizations across the globe have in common is that they have a culture of learning. And we found in our research that only 31% of organizations really have a robust culture of learning. So the opportunity is huge. That means that 69% of the organizations don't have this culture of learning. And if you want to be a high-performing organization, you have to really institute a culture of learning at your organization.
So in order to implement those cultures of learning, you of course have to change. So what advice do you have for TD professionals to implement any kind of change?
Is to take charge of change. You can't just let someone else in the organization own it. Learning is a big driver of change. If we can get the learning organization driving change throughout the organization, then the organization is going to change. Without learning, there is no change. And really what happens when you learn is you are changing.
How do you take away some of that fear? Of course, there's fear behind any change that people have. How do you inspire people to take that leap?
I think if you want to drive change, you have to have the courage in order to do that, because there'll be a lot of naysayers. People will say you can't do this, you can't do this. But you also don't want to try to do everything at once, because that would be a mistake. So you want to demonstrate small successes and then leverage those successes to continue moving on.
And moving on to ATD members, you travel a lot and really get to see what the trends are all around the world. So what are we seeing in the future?
Well, most certainly culture is very, very important. Change is important, but innovation is one of the top priorities for organizations throughout the world. They're trying to figure out how to differentiate themselves so that they can compete both for stability and ultimately to prosper in the future. And the way that they see that they can do that is through learning. So they're using learning to drive innovation, and so the talent development function has never been more important than it is today.
All right, thank you so much for your time. I'm Rachel Kopchak, and this is ATD TV.